Okay, welcome back to the Kovid Kitchen of Rob and Stacy. I'm Rob.
I'm Stacy.
Yep. She's also doing camera, so. Okay, so yesterday we got this in the brine, this chicken in the brine, because we're doing this chicken because when we were in the market, they had nothing but chicken, whole chickens, and nobody seems to wanted to do a chicken, so thought I'd show you how I do it. So we got the chicken in the brine, brined it overnight. It's ready to go. And just so you know, I took some of when I dumped out the brine, I saved some of the garlic, some of the herbs, and put them in the cavity of the chicken. I also added a bay leaf in there and tied it up a little bit just so it holds its shape, because I'm not going to use I don't have a roasting rack. I'm not going to use that. Now, normally I would take this and put it out on my pellet smoker at 400 degrees for about 30 minutes, and I'd start checking it around there. But you know, not everybody has a pellet smoker, so we're just going to do it in the oven. And so yeah, it's pretty much ready to go. The only thing I need to do now, you can see I've made up a basically butter and olive oil mix with all the same herbs that I marinated or brined the chicken in, with a whole bunch of garlic and some lemon zest. And we are just going to brush that all over the chicken. Now, the other thing is, when I took the chicken out of the brine, I left it in the refrigerator for an hour, sitting out, so that it dried out really well. You want to get it as dry as you possibly can. Dry it off really well, and then let it sit so that it just gets really, really dry. That's going to really help the skin get a nice brown and a nice color to it. Okay, that's it. Now we just liberally salt this thing. Now, I know this seems like a lot of salt, and it is, but the salt interacts with the fat and it just makes a really nice flavor, and most of it's going to run off and cook off, so not too concerned about that, but it really helps the eventual flavor. And then we're going to just do a little bit of pepper, not too much. I don't want it to be too peppery. And that's it. So here we go. It's just going to go in the oven at 400 degrees, right on the rack. And yeah, I'll be back in a bit. All right, so now now the chicken's in the oven, so we've got the little butter olive oil mix with the garlic and all the herbs that we used back on the stove here. We're going to use this to make the eventual sauce for the chicken. So this is just a whole bunch of lemon juice. I'm going to put that in there. And we're going to get this going. Now, we don't want to cook it too much because we want the garlic to really have a good garlic flavor. I'm also going to add a little honey like I did in the thing. Now, you know, sugar is a great thing because sugar really helps blend flavors. It also cues your brain that, you know, this is quick energy, and so therefore very pleasurable. And, you know, we don't really want to make this sweet. We just want to help these flavors all blend. And it also helps bind everything together. It gives everything. So that's just going to cook down a little bit. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. This is just going to cook down, get a little, not really thick. It's not going to be like a thick sauce. It's just going to be kind of an added element at the end. So I'm going to give this a quick taste just to make sure it's where I want it to be. Oh yeah, that's going to be really good. And we're going to put a little salt in there. Yeah, that's good. The honey really helps because you got a lot of elements here that could be a little bitter, like coriander and sage and, you know, all those things. But the honey just makes them pop a little bit. Yeah, a little salt helps. Okay, great. That's it. We're not even going to cook it down any more than that. We're just going to leave it like that. Now we just wait for that chicken. So while the chicken's in the oven, I'm going to sweat down some onions, put all these collard greens in there, cook those down so that we have a nice base for the chicken to sit on. And then after about 30 minutes, I'm going to check the temperature of the chicken, and it's coming along. And then at about 55 minutes, it's ready. Awesome. So it looks pretty good. You can see how, you know, drawing it out really gets this skin to get nice and brown and crisp up. So now we're just going to let that rest because it needs to pull all the juices back in and cool down a little bit so that when we cut it, it doesn't become dry. So I took the drip pan out and put a little water in it to loosen all this stuff up. And now that's all good in there. And so we're going to just take this and put it in our sauce for extra added niceness. There we go. And now we're going to finish this with a little extra fresh garlic, because this is all about the garlic. So get the nice fresh garlic flavor, and that'll be just the bomb once it gets going. Okay, and this will cool off a little bit. We're going to pop a bottle of wine. See how we did. Okie doke, so I like the dark meat, and oh yeah, look at how juicy that is. That is really, really good. So this will just be fantastic once I can get it out of here. Yeah. Now see, if we had cooked the breast to 180 degrees as they recommend, this thing would be way dry. But as it is, it's really juicy. And that's what we want. All right, so I'm just gonna take some of that. Gonna take some of the collard greens here. I added a little pancetta, did I say that? I found some of that. There we go. And then we're gonna just take a little of the sauce. Just for grins, and that's it. Bon appetit from Rob and Stacy's Kovid Kitchen. Yeah, I hope it's good. Looks good, smells good. I'm sure it's going to be good. And so if you want us to do more of this craziness, just let us know. And maybe Stacy will get dressed up and put on her makeup next time and actually be in the show. Cheers.
Cheers, honey. Oh my God, this is so good. This sauce is delicious.